What is going on, everybody? Y'all can't even see me. Let me fix my camera. Good grief. What's going on with this thing? There we go. Are we green? Are we red? What's going on? We're red. I've been forgetting to turn my lights on and everything, man. I'm like so far behind. I don't even know what's going on. There. I think we're all set now. Picture looks good. Sound probably is pretty good according to my levels over here, so I think I'm good. Let me know in the chat if that's not the case. So, man, I really wanted to do something really solid for Conceal tonight. I was going to prep and, you know, make notes and all that stuff. And then I messed up and went to crypto Twitter and saw this whole J.K. Rowling debacle with... Guys, what are you doing? Man, you know, it's like a missed opportunity. In case you're not familiar, apparently J.K. Rowling tweeted today that she doesn't understand. I don't know when it happened. I think it was quite a few hours ago. She doesn't understand Bitcoin. Explain it to me. Which, you know. Oh man. You, crypto Twitter, blew like this really good opportunity, right? I mean, you have a billionaire asking about Bitcoin and you hit her with memes and complicated explanations. It's not complicated. It's not. Just explain it for exactly what it is. It's not complicated. Stop making it complicated. It's not. Anyway, I'm embarrassed. I'm freaking embarrassed with what happened. Anyway, all right. So I'm not gonna go into all that. I'm gonna get on a tangent and on a rant, and I don't really want to. It is Crypto Fireball Friday. I am drinking my fire tea. I'm good to go. This is probably my fourth one actually. I'm feeling pretty good right now. So, but yeah, I really want to do something solid for Conceal, and I just ran out of time. So we're gonna go through it. We're gonna do what we can, and maybe there's only 4 people in here. Maybe I should start saying giveaway so that we can get that influx of bots like we were seeing the other night. Man, I was saying giveaway and it was like just a flood of bots. We went from something like 20, like I normally get 20 viewers. That's been pretty much my average for a little while now. What's up, everybody? What's up, Crypto Mining Lifer, Sarth, Deadwood, Cryptith? What is going on, Crypto Mining Lifer? What's up, man? Batman, trying to get everybody over here so we can get going. But it's not going to be anything too formal or anything. I'm just going to kind of... What's up, Travis? I'm just going to kind of yap about Conceal a little bit. And now I got off track. I distracted myself with the chat like I always do. And now I don't even remember what I was saying. I know I was talking about... talked about Fire Tea. Talked about, Conceal. I was going to do something. Trying to get my mind caught up here. Yeah, so I don't know. I forgot what I was saying. If you remind me over there, just remind me. Oh, about the bots. That's right. The 20. So we went from about 20 to like 198. It just shot up, you know, and it was because we were doing a giveaway. And I kept saying the word giveaway, and the bots just started picking up on it, and they just flooded the channel. It was crazy. That happened on Wednesday, I believe. So if you want to check out that chat or that video, it was pretty crazy. Yeah, so on the whole J.K. Rowling thing, here's what I think. Naomi Brockwell probably hit it the closest. Probably a really good definition. I'm not a big Harry Potter fan, so I don't know all the ins and outs of all the characters and stuff. But what she said, she related Bitcoin to one thing, to one person, and then the other thing, like the banking system to this really shady person, I guess, in the Harry Potter world. I don't remember the names. Let's go look, because I always mess this up really bad. So let's go and look at the names here. Let me see if I can find it quickly here. Let me, I don't want to give anything away here, so let me pull this over here and let me see if I can find it real quick, because it was a pretty solid description here. Huh. Here. See if I can find it. So yeah, she says, Naomi Brockwell, bring this back over here. She says, Harry is Bitcoin, and the banking system is Dolores Umbridge, which I assume that's like a really awful, shady character in the Harry Potter world. I know I'm not a Harry Potter like super fan or anything like that, so you know, don't flame all over me because of that. But yeah, Harry is Bitcoin, and the banking system is Dolores Umbridge. So this is probably, you know, it's relatable, right? Hopefully she sees it, because this is probably a pretty good description based on, you know, and Naomi's pretty smart, so, you know, I would imagine that applies, that is very applicable. So I think that's pretty cool. Good job on Naomi for clearing that up for everybody, or for her. Yep. See, look at the watching now. Because I said giveaway, look at what's happening to the viewers. I never have 31 people in here, right? So if I was to say, hey, go ahead and spam the number 1 in here, right? A bot is not going to be able to do that, right? So I'm gonna say, spam Savage. Savage, that's the word. So spam Savage in the chat, and we'll see how many we get. It's probably going to be like 10, 8 to 10, right? So let's just see. So I'll stop saying that word, but it's crazy that my channel is being targeted like that, you know? So weird. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't think it's good. I don't think it's a good thing. I mean, the one video from Wednesday, the Hashrate OS Ravencoin T-Rex 15.6 video, has more views than I normally get. Not a whole lot more, but more than I normally get. So I thought that was strange. Yeah, see, so all the people that are replying here, now clearly, okay, I mean, this is a clear indication here, because all the people that are replying, I know, I mean, they're subscribers. I see them all the time. I see them in other channels. So I know that number is so fake, right? And it's just bots. It's just crazy how that works. I said that word, that word that attracts them, I said it 3 times, I think, already. Only 3 times, and we've got almost 200 viewers. That's insane. Richard Decker, it'll go down. If I stop saying that word, it will go down. That's what happened last time anyway. On Wednesday, it went down to, you know, the normal amount. So I'm not going to keep saying it, because I don't know what kind of an impact it has, right? Those channels that buy an account, or hey, what's up, PCB guy? Those channels that buy a channel, those scammers that buy a channel, and then they play a looping, you know, conference where Vitalik Buterin or you know, the guys from Apple, they're talking about cryptocurrency or something like that, and then they just loop it, and then they have, you know, send us X number of Bitcoin, you know, and we'll send you back, you know, 5x whatever you send, right? All those scams, you know, that we're all familiar with in the crypto world on YouTube. You know, I don't know what obviously the algorithm doesn't work because they're still around, right? So I don't know what impact this has on my channel, right? I don't like that. you know, I don't think I should look at it as a good thing. So, you know, but it is what it is at this point. I'll stop saying that word. But what I'm wondering is now, I haven't said it in a while, so I'm wondering if that viewership is going to remain, right? That number of viewers, because last time on Wednesday it went down drastically as I stopped saying those words, those keywords, right? It went down drastically. It went down to like a normal amount. If it's a farm, if it's like a viewing farm or whatever, however they do it, then it would seem like maybe it would stay pretty steady, but I don't know. It is what it is, guys. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about it, but whatever. Let's talk a little bit about Conceal, since that was the whole point of. Hopefully, everybody's having a drink, having a good time. You know, winding down the week and all that stuff. You know, I feel like we're getting to the end. I don't know if it's just you, if it's just me, or if it's, you know, if everybody agrees. But I feel like we're getting to the end of the lockdown stuff, and I think that we're probably going to be able to hopefully socialize pretty soon. Hopefully we don't see a resurgence of the virus, although we probably will in some areas, especially the concentrated areas. Maybe it'll stay away until the fall, you know, who knows. But we're getting messages where I live where the gyms are opening up. I tweeted about that earlier. It's going to be like worse than January 1st. You know, the first of those, it's going to be worse than the New Year's Eve or the New Year's resolutionist, you know, in the gym. And it's going to be crazy. But the gym's opening up. There are other things that are opening up, and hopefully, you know, we can get things moving along. I think the impact of this is going to be huge. We're not even seeing the beginning of it, because the whole unemployment, the business is closing down. A lot of those businesses are not going to open back up. They're not going to be able to. A lot of the people that think that they still have a job might not have a job, right? So it's going to be really bad for economy-wise. I think. I don't know. I mean, I'm not an expert on that stuff, but it just seems like it's inevitable that it's going to be a really bad thing. And all this stuff lags, right? We see this with almost everything. We're so used to everything happening immediately, right? Like it's that instant gratification thing that this generation, that the current generation is so used, and the previous generation is so used to. Instant gratification. If I want something, I get it right then, right? And it doesn't work like that. You know, it takes time for things to work through the system, and this whole 30% or whatever we're at unemployment, that hasn't even hit yet. You know, and then not to mention the printing of the money, the trillions of dollars that have been injected into the economy. That is huge, and it's going to be really awful whenever all this stuff plays out. I'm not looking forward to it, but I would like to get back to the gym and get back to trying to, you know, get some level of normalcy in my life. So we'll see what happens. I don't know. Let me check the chat, see what you guys are up to over here. Yeah, see, we're back down to like 29. If I don't say those words, they don't show up. So it's that G word that makes them come. That makes them show up. Yeah, this that's kind of the way I feel, Deadwood. I feel like, you know, they did this before, right? So in 2008, the birth of Bitcoin and all that stuff, you know, the year, they tried the same thing. Not to this level, though. This is actually worse than 2008, in my opinion. I think the end result is going to be worse. Yeah, I wonder. Let me say airdrop a few times, airdrop, and then see if that triggers those bots. Is there an airdrop on this stream? I don't know. Let's find out. Yeah, that's crazy. We'll see if it pumps up. Well, there goes 2. We'll see if it pumps. Airdrop. I'm surprised that they understand my slurring and somewhat southern accent. Although I've lost a little bit of my I can listen to videos of me whenever I was younger and how I talked. I had such a thick Tennessee southern accent, you know, it was insane. How southern I listen to myself, I'm like, that is not even me. It doesn't even sound like me at all. All right, so 16 might be good. So maybe airdrop isn't an actual trigger word. I'm showing 16. I don't know what y'all are showing, but I'm showing 16, so that's good. All right, so who here wants to know a little bit about Conceal? Again, I was wanting to really do something solid and put something together. I really didn't, because I got all wrapped up in that whole J.K. Rowling thing. So I did do a poll, and the poll was, you know, what would we like to? I'd like to do some project update videos before we, you know, go to the moon, basically, right? So who's first up? And surprisingly, I was really thinking that like Aeon or Zell was going to win. I was really surprised that Conceal did. So I think that probably just goes along with maybe I picked up a lot of followers, you know, Twitter followers from the Conceal side, maybe. But I mean, I'm a fan of all these projects, so I don't know. Maybe Conceal is just more active on Twitter, I guess. I don't know. So I was a little bit surprised. But yeah, by a huge margin, Conceal won. And that's with 64 votes, which is, for my little following on Twitter, that's a lot. 64 is pretty good. So yeah, kind of crazy. So Conceal won, and that's what I was going to talk about tonight. Again, until I got all wrapped up. But so yeah, Conceal won. I've said this a lot of times, especially about this particular project. Oh, I see. I need to fix a line down here, at the bottom there. It looks like, yeah, I'll fix that later. But I've said this a bunch of times on previous streams. You know, when a team is kind of quiet, that usually means that, you know, they're working really hard behind the scenes and stuff like that. And we haven't. It hasn't been that long ago that I did a Conceal update video. I think it was even last month, like in the middle of last month. And you know, they're still working hard behind the scenes, and I think that they've got some things coming out here soon. I know that they did an update to their Medium post as far as what is Conceal, so maybe we'll take a look at that. And I know that I think they did some changes to the mining rewards to where basically the mining rewards are going to go on for like 100 years or something like that, right? So they worked it out to where it's going to, the mining rewards will happen for a very long time, the foreseeable future. 100 years is a long time in crypto, I would imagine. We don't know, because it's only been, what, 11, 12 years now, so 11 years. So we really don't know the extent, but I would imagine that in, you know, 100 years, things are going to be much different. But it's nice to see a project that's actually planning for that, and to make sure that mining, because see, the thing about Conceal is they really appreciate the mining aspect, right? The miners, you know, their proof of work, their anti-ASIC, all that stuff that, you know, if you were, put it this way, if you were interested in Bitcoin mining, right? And then you were also interested in potentially like something like Ravencoin whenever it came out, and you like the ethos of the project, then, you know, Conceal is like the privacy coin version of that, right? Because they really put an emphasis on proof of work mining. They like that. They like being GPU mineable. They don't want ASICs. They're going to fight that, you know. They don't have to right now because the market cap is just not there. They don't have to really worry about ASICs on the network. Plus, their algorithm is unique, so it would be tough to, unless their value just went through the roof, you know, they're probably not going to see an ASIC on that particular network. So, but they value, you know, they put a lot of value in that proof of work aspect of of projects. So you know, they like us GPU miners, I guess is the easiest way to say it, which I can dig, right? Hopefully we all can dig that. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what else to say about that. They're on everything. They're on you know, CoinGecko, I believe. So they're on all the make sure that they're over here. Yeah. So they're on here. They're on CoinMarketCap. They're on What to Mine. You know, they show up everywhere. So it's not like you can't find out information about them or look at their chart or anything. They had a heck of a year. You know, last year they went up a lot in July, but that was with the overall market. I think it trailed the Bitcoin pump, I think, or it might have been before it. I don't remember, but yeah. So there's been some real heavy price action, you know, over the years, but it's back down. You know, this looks a little weird to me. You know, I don't know what was actually going on. I was following the project back then, so I don't know what caused this. To be honest, you know, it seems not so normal, but not like a normal growth. But you know, they're back down to 4 cents here, and looks like they were at about 7 before that huge pump, but they went up to like 86 cents. So do I think that they could get there again? Absolutely. You know, but again, you know, it's one of those things. It's so weird to talk about a crypto project that you're really interested in, because the USD value really doesn't matter. I'm not a trader. I mean, what I would do is just want to accumulate as much as possible, right? I mean, I don't want to spend more in electricity than I would in buying it, like on the market, because I could actually help the project if I buy market buy the coins. You know, we've been mining this on the shared rigs, or I've got 2 co-owned rigs. You know, basically there's multiple owners, and we've been mining Conceal for a really long time, since last March of 2019, pretty much nonstop. Recently, I redirected the rigs a little bit different because I wanted to do a little bit of testing. So for a couple weeks, well, actually about a week now, I haven't had them on Conceal. I do have them back on Conceal now, but for a week I was actually using NiceHash OS because I wanted to see profitability. Whenever Bitcoin halved, and then, you know, the mining rewards halved, and then there was a potential for that value increase, then I wanted to kind of throw the rigs on something that I'm going to do like profit switching. And NiceHash, believe it or not, is super slick. I mean, their interface, the dashboard is really nice. So it was just an option that I chose. I might do a video on it because it's actually pretty good from what I can tell. Obviously, there's people that hate NiceHash, but you know, it is what it is. I think that they've got a pretty slick interface, pretty slick operating system. It seemed to work really well. The benchmarking takes forever, but you know, once it's up and running, it seems to run really well, and the profitability was definitely there. So you could take something, you know, you could run your rigs on NiceHash OS or something like that, take those profits, and pretty easily, if you wanted to buy CCX with the BTC that is out of your NiceHash account, right? So, I mean, there's all kinds of different ways of doing it. You know, I'm back on Conceal at this point, though. Just straight out Conceal. I can actually show you that. So if we go to simple mining over here, you can see that we are mining Conceal. I did have to reboot the rigs a couple of times because I had some I had leftover settings in here from other coins that I've just gone over, probably on the stream or something. I don't know. I had some weird overclock settings and stuff like that. Oh, you know what it was? It was CawPow, because whenever we did CawPow on the AMD rigs, that's whenever things got kind of goofed up. So I had the wrong overclock settings and stuff, so I had to square all that stuff away. So that's why it was there was quite a few restarts in there. So if you're not really familiar with Conceal, let's talk about it a little bit here. It is an open source, community-driven, anonymous, decentralized finance and private communication platform that acts as a blockchain bank. That's the easiest way to kind of think about it, as a blockchain bank that has The main feature is kind of I would consider it a CD, a certificate of deposit, where you lock up coins on the network, cold staking, so you don't have to leave your wallet open or none of that BS, right? Cold staking, you lock up coins, and whatever you lock up, based on what you lock up, you get a certain percentage, and they have 3 tiers, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But basically, you could look at it as a blockchain CD. And then on top of that, they have all the encrypted communications, the completely private transactions, and all that privacy coin type stuff, right? Decentralized finance, private transactions, and encrypted messaging. That's their platform. Super cool. So all this, the interest rate, it's a blockchain bank that pays interest on coins that you cold stake, and that's without involving any third party like traditional financial institutions, banks, and all that nonsense. Cold staking is on chain, like I said before, so there's no, you don't have to have a VPS, a virtual private server. You don't have to leave your wallet up and running and waste electricity. It's a hash time lock contract, an HTLC, and that is on the chain. So once it happens, there's a time associated with it. You lock those coins up for a certain amount of time, and you get that certain amount of interest. And the way that I think I still have this up here. Let's see here. Yeah, so the compound interest chart. Does it still look right? Yeah. So this is basically how the compound interest calculator looks. The example that they give here is a deposit of 20,000 CCX for 12 months. So you get back 21,200 once your HTLC expires, right? And what you'll see in the wallet is you'll see like withdrawable. That'll be the indication. It'll say withdrawable. Once your time expires, then you can click that and actually withdraw back off the blockchain, I guess is the way to look at it, and back into your wallet. And you see this amount as soon as you stake it. It's not something that happens, over time. You're not going to see your percentage like slowly increase or your value slowly increase. It happens immediately as soon as you lock them up. So you know exactly what you're going to be getting back out of it at the end of your HTLC. Because you can't like emergency unstake, right? Like some other platforms. You can't do that. Once it's locked, it's locked. That's it. It's permanent. So the example that they give here is 20,000 CCX. So you get 21,200 back, which I guess that's 6%. Because if you look at the chart here, you can see that there's 3 tiers, and this is the 3rd iteration of their deposits. They had deposits 1.0, deposits 2.0, and deposits 3.0. This is 3.0, basically a revamp of the deposit percentages and features and all that stuff. They've just had to change it over time because they thought that things would work a different way under previous versions, and given the size, the market cap, and how many people are using CCX and all that stuff, it just seemed to make more sense to do it this way, because the previous methods didn't work out the way that it was expected, I guess. So you got tiers. You got tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and tier 1 has a base APR of 2.9%. Tier 2 is 3.9, and tier 3 is 4.9, and that means that if you hit that mark at the bottom here, or the example, or actually no, not the example, I think you have to have a minimum, under 10,000 right here. So this is the principal. So this is based on a principal of 10,000. You would get 2.9. Is that right? Am I saying this right? Base APR is 2.9. Okay, so based on how much you lock up under 10,000. The example that they're giving here is 5,000, but I'm just saying that tier 1 is 10,000. So the example is 5,000. So at 5,000, you would get 5,200 at the end of 12 months if you locked up 5,000. And then if you've locked up 10,000, which puts you into tier 2, so you get that 3.9% base APR. So you go down to the maximum. If you did 12 months, 1 year, you would get 5%, which is 10,500 back. So you make 500, right? So you see how this works. You got tier 3, which has a 4.9% base, And then if you stake for the longest time, you get a full 6%. So that's pretty awesome. I mean, that's more than, you know, more than a traditional bank, right? And again, this is in CCX. This is not like a USD value or anything like that. This is the CCX that you get back. So ideally, you know, the value of CCX will go up, and you know, these numbers will be super significant, right? You know, like let's just say it went up to $1. If it went up to $1, then you're talking about making $1,200 off of $20,000 in 1 year, right? USD value. And again, I hate talking about USD value whenever you're relating it to crypto because they're not really related, so I hate it. But you know, people think like that still, so you kind of have to bring it up like that. You have to equate it to something, you know, to show the value, I guess. So all right, let's see what is going on in chat. All right, y'all are chatting about all kinds of stuff over here. All right, good for y'all. Let's see. Let's go through their website a little bit here. They've recently updated, not that recent, but within the past few months, they've updated the website, so it looks a little bit different and a little bit better than it did before. So if we go to apps up here, go to banking, I think it takes you to the same. Yeah. So now. I don't know how this navigation is going to work because it seemed a little bit weird at some point for me. So I'll have to figure out if like they don't have a back to the top button, I don't think. As you go down through here, there's no like return to top. I wish that was in there. But anyway, so Conceal banking, blockchain powered banking. I suppose if you click download here, it's probably going to take you to the wallets. Yep. All right, so we go back here and then learn more. Yeah, it just takes you right down one more step to about. Conceal banking removes unnecessary intermediaries by giving everyone the power to just deposit their funds on the blockchain and receive interest in exchange. Okay, I already talked about all that. All right, it's drink time. All this scrolls a little bit. And basically, I think I said this pretty much at the top there, but the about of Conceal Network, kind of concise description of what is going on here, is a decentralized blockchain bank with deposits and investment, paying interest rates without involvement of financial institutions, powered by 100% open source code. So good stuff there. All right, so let's see if we can get back to, if I click here, okay, that does take me back to the main page, so that's good. So they also have a cloud wallet, and this is something that they've worked on a lot, and right now they don't have, you know, the whole deposits feature, like the CD feature, is only in the desktop wallet, but they are working on implementing it into the cloud and into the mobile so that you can actually stake from those platforms as well. Right now that's not available. You can only stake from the desktop wallet, the way I understand it. So only from this wallet here. And they're up to version 6.1.6. But the cloud wallet is cool because, let me see if I can log into it here. Let's see. Go over here. I think I have like 2FA and all that stuff installed. Oh wow, wait a minute. Okay, so I see something new on, yeah, this is new. This install, I think, is new here. So I wonder, so it looks like maybe they've enabled, is that new? I feel like this is new, but I feel like I should know that if it's new. But, all right, maybe it's not new. Maybe I'm just noticing that at this point. I don't know. All right, so let's see if we can get signed in here. Hang on a second. Is anybody else going live tonight? Maybe the DCA folks or anything? Let me know in the chat if I need to hurry up or if I'm over time or whatever. I know Brandon Coin's not live tonight, but just a second. Figure this out here. Should have been logged in already. My bad. And I would encourage you to not store a large amount of crypto on a cloud wallet at this point until things get really super secure and reliable and all that stuff, because right now it's a little bit iffy. I would just be careful with it. I wouldn't store a whole lot out there. All right, so this is their cloud wallet. And you can see I've got a little bit out there, 85. But yeah, it's super slick. It looks the same as, it looks a lot similar to their desktop wallet, right? As far as the theme goes, the theme is nice. I like the dark theme and, you know, keeping things concealed, right? And yeah, pretty solid cloud implementation. It looks like this is actually the app at this point, because it's not really like a website, so that's cool. All right, I'm digging it. So they must have made like a Windows 10 app. And again, I apologize if this has been available for a while, but I swear that install was not there before, but I could have just overlooked it. I don't know. But yeah, this is cool because you can see all the stats, you know, the market stats of Conceal. It's down to only 343,000 market cap, rank 898. I suppose that this is on CoinMarketCap, maybe. And 4 cents right now, 456 sats. Now, that's a lot of volume actually. That's I'm curious about that. But whenever they had their really good run, they were over 3 million market cap, and that was last year. So hopefully we can get to that again. That would be nice. All right, I'm trying to catch up with chat here. Oh, they're live already? Good grief. Let's go see. Minimize the app. Oh shoot, yeah they are. That's okay. I'm gonna keep going for a few more minutes and then we'll head over there because I kind of want to go through their website and kind of yeah, cover some stuff here. So it launched that app and then it took the website away. That's weird. All right, so that's the cloud wallet. You saw that, and again, it looks like it's an app now, so it's super cool. They do have an address book. This is where you would create like a Conceal ID, which is like a name, right, that you can use to send crypto back and forth. Instead of knowing my address, you could send CCX to SavageMine.conceal.id, and I would get it in this wallet here, right? So that's pretty neat, pretty nifty. They also have Conceal Pay, where you can set it up to, I think there's like a button you could add to a website where a retailer could actually use it to accept Conceal as a payment method. So that's something else that's done in the cloud as well. An address book, stuff like that, pretty common stuff. See here. So yeah, pretty slick cloud interface there. I like it. Don't have a problem with it at all. Then you got the desktop wallet, which you already saw a little bit. Looks like this. Pretty slick. Got multi-platform, also mobile, paper wallet. Yeah, so you got all kinds of different ways of doing the wallet. So that's nice. We do have a button over here for getting back to the top. Conceal ID, pretty much already talked about that. You know, and I've talked about this before on the channel quite a few times, where if you introduce, like, let's say, okay, back to the whole J.K. Rowling thing. Let's just say that someone, and I don't know if they did, they probably did, I'm sure, because of what I was seeing was just nonsense, but let's just say that someone said, hey, instead of your, your bank account looking like this, it looks like this, right? And they tape, you know, they pasted a whole 128 character string of alphanumeric characters, right? This is your address. Well, that's a little bit, it's overwhelming or intimidating, right? Whenever you first see it. So the thing about Conceal ID is kind of like, there's other projects that do this too, that they like give you like a username instead of, you know, having to remember that full string of characters or copy and paste it all the time, which becomes a little bit cumbersome. Like I experience it here whenever I have to go back and forth between, like if I want to do a Zelcore, but then Zelcore address, and then I need to get it to my mobile, you know, I have to email the address, and it becomes a real problem. So it's easier if you had a name, and that's what Conceal ID is. Other projects do it, like Zelle, Bitcash has usernames also. So it's just one of those things that kind of helps adoption a little bit, because it makes things a little bit easier. It's basically like an email address. I hate saying that it's an email address because it's not, but it's like that. Like you can remember someone's email address a lot easier than you could remember their Bitcoin address, right? So that's the whole premise behind it. Just an easier way of transferring the value, you know, between users. That is cool. All right, let's see, they don't have that back up to the top button over here, which, okay, so I guess it'd be nice if they had a button over here to get you back to the top really fast, and then that way you could click on this to get back to the main menu here. Then they also have messaging, decentralized and encrypted messages. And this is something I've done videos on this, sending messages and stuff back and forth. It is encrypted. I think that they are working on new ways of doing this, you know, making it a little bit slicker. You know, I don't see it being used a whole lot right now in the current format, but you know, these guys are always working, so I'm sure that they're gonna. I just don't use it that often, the encrypted messaging. I probably should, but full confession, you know, wide open book here. I don't use it that much at this point. I don't know that many people using Conceal, so I don't really have a reason to use it. Although, one use of it that is really cool is using the messaging system to store data that you don't want anyone else to see. For example, you could send yourself a message, send a message to yourself with a password for another system, or you know, your Bitcoin private key, or whatever you want. It's encrypted. So you know, that is one thing that is kind of cool about the it's almost like a way of storing data that you don't want anyone else to see, right? So I think that's one kind of cool feature that they have. I don't think that they're it's not like a primary purpose, right, of this system. I think that their main focus is on the deposits and the CD. Although I could be completely wrong. Maybe they're gonna just blow this out of the water and be and have an awesome messenger, you know, super easy to use or whatever. I kind of think it would have to be kind of separate than the wallet. And I'm probably just messing this all up as far as the actual information, because again, I don't use it that much. So as far as the messaging goes, all right, let's see what else they got in here. Mobile, they do have a pretty slick mobile wallet. I need to get that up and running so that I can show that really easily. The mobile wallet's really cool. No problems with it at all. And they have it for iPhone and Android apparently. I thought that maybe they were behind on the iOS. Let's see here. Okay, so on iOS, they want you to basically, because the mobile wallet and the cloud is basically the same, is the same wallet. Okay, so you can just add it to your home screen, it looks like here, if you're on iOS, okay? And then on Android, it's an actual app, right? But again, it's the same information. It's the same, it does the same thing. It's just a web interface to the wallet, or it's an interface to the web wallet from mobile. All right, let's see what else I got in here. Conceal Pay. This is the one for businesses and people to receive payments. You know, conceal payments. This is all done in the cloud using the cloud wallet there. All right, what else we got? About. All right, awesome. So they do use Kryptonite Conceal. That's the algorithm, and you know, if you want to mine them, AMD works the best. AMD GPUs works the best because it is Kryptonite. I suppose you could use NVIDIA, but I think the efficiency is pretty bad. So it's kind of geared more towards AMD's, like most Kryptonite algorithms are. The Deadwood, have you checked? You're talking about for Conceal, right? So I would assume that's what you're talking about. If you're using Conceal and T-Rex, have you tried Z Enemy? Because I would like to. That was actually another option I was going to have tonight for tonight's stream is actually testing Z Enemy, because they just they came out with an update, I believe. Let's find out here. Z Enemy 2.6.1, Conceal faster initialization on multi-GPU rigs. So 2.6.1 seems to be better. Performance increases, improvements, smoother GPU power load, default intensity increased from 20 to 21 for 1070s and 1080s. So I was going to actually test out Z Enemy on Conceal at some point also. So I don't know if maybe is that what you're referring to here with T-Rex and MD Miner and all that. But I think that isn't Z Enemy only for NVIDIA. I think, I don't know. For Conceal, I'm not sure how that works. If it's actually only for NVIDIA or not. All right, so let's take a little quick little look at the whole staking, cold staking in Conceal. Show you how it's done here. In this little wallet here, I have 55 available CCX. So let's just say that we want to lock those up for a month, and we'll see what our interest rate is and all that. Now, obviously, it's tier 1, it's under 10,000, so it's not going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to double my stack, right? That's not how it works. So, hey, what's up, Crypto Windio? So you just popped in here to say bye, or were you talking earlier? I don't see you chatting in here. So just pop in and say bye. All right. That's cool. All right, so we would if we wanted to stake our 50 CCX, we'll just stake 50 just to make it a nice clean even number. Let's go with banking. So we click on banking on the left here, and this is the desktop wallet. We want to stake 50, so we're going to change this to 50 CCX, and we'll go for 1 month, and maybe in a month we'll come back and I'll show you how to extract it or withdraw it, right, once that staking period is up. We're going to go 1 month, 50 CCX. It looks like it's going to earn 0.2417%. So we're going to earn 0.12 CCX for the whole month. And it even tells you the link that it's going to be on the blockchain. That's cool. So we're going to click Make Deposit. It says, once your funds are locked in a deposit, you will not have access until maturity. Are you sure? Okay. let's see if it works. All right, so you can see right here it says locked deposits 50. So I have 5 available still. And then I think you have to go to banking and then double click on the 50 here, and it'll tell you, not going to yet. It's probably got to get some confirmations and stuff, but it'll at some point it'll tell you about, you know, the expected unlock time right here, so you'll know about when you can withdraw it. And that's it. It's just that easy. Now you can close the wallet. You don't have to leave it up and running or anything. That's a hash time lock contract. It's on the network. It's on the blockchain. Nothing else you have to do. At the end of your staking period, you can withdraw those funds and gain that 0.12 or whatever the interest was. Yeah, 0.12 more CCX. So you can see it in your wallet already. The value is right there. See, because remember we staked 50, but you can see that it is 50.12 in there, right? So it's already added it. You just can't touch it until the end of that month period. So hopefully that makes sense, but you see how incredibly easy that was, right? I mean, now imagine if you had 50,000 CCX or 10,000 or 20,000 and you could get that tier 3, that 6%, you know, you stake for a whole month or for a whole year and get 1,200 CCX, you know, back. So yeah, it's super cool, easy way of earning more crypto. And then plus if you're mining it on top of that, I mean, all of it kind of, you know, works together. So it's kind of neat. Yeah, I've been following them for a really long time, since the end of 2018, towards the end of 2018. So yeah, it's a solid project. This is, and I know I hate having to say this, but this is not sponsored in any way. I just like the project. I follow them. I try to stay up on it, you know, and I dig what they're doing. So yeah, that's the way it goes. Yeah, so let's head over to DCA. Let's check them out. Let me minimize. Actually, I'll close this. We'll head over to DCA. I don't have any idea what they're talking about tonight. I didn't see. Let's see. Swear jar giveaway. Okay, so yeah, they're funny. They have a basically, if anybody swears on their stream, like any of the people in DCA, if they swear, they have to, I think it's 25 cents per swear word or something like that. And so they mark it down, and everybody has to give that to the giveaway jar, right? So they have to donate. If let's say if they say 4 cuss words in a night, then they have to give them $1, right? So that goes into the swear jar, and then the swear jar, they do a giveaway on their live stream, you know, to the viewers. So it's pretty cool the way that works. So it looks like they're going to be talking about the post-halving and what's happening. I don't think we're not really going up, but 9,400. So at this point, anyway. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. That's an hour, almost an hour, because I know I was a few minutes late. But thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Glad I got to cover a little bit of Conceal. There's a couple other things that I really want to talk about, but I need to kind of like do some notes on it before I start talking about it. But check them out if you're if you're interested in like that staking part and earning a little bit of interest on your crypto, and also the privacy aspect is pretty huge, right? So yeah, check them out if you are interested in that kind of thing. I will see you guys. Let's make sure that we go over to DCA. Let me post their channel address over here, and then we will head over there and do the Savage raid, since we're coming straight from here. So make sure you do a Savage raid whenever you go into DCA, and I will see you guys next time. I probably won't be live this weekend. It'll probably be Monday before I go live again, and hopefully I get to hit the gym on Monday. That sounds good. Stay savage, everybody.